You know that feeling, right? It's a Sunday morning, you've got your coffee, feeling ambitious, you open your laptop and you click that little envelope icon, and instead of feeling organized, you just feel heavy.
The drowning feeling. It's a physical weight.
Exactly. It's the newsletters you don't remember signing up for, the spam, the giant PDF from 3 years ago that you're afraid to delete because, what if?
It's just clutter. And it feels like bailing out a sinking boat with a teaspoon.
Right.
But here's the thing. We're recording this on February 1st, 2026. And while email feels like this, ancient technology, the tools to manage it have actually gone through a pretty massive, quiet revolution.
Especially in just the last few weeks, yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what we're digging into today. We've got a serious stack of sources here. We're talking technical documentation on Gmail's new interface, some very recent reports from January.
And troubleshooting guides for when the algorithms, go a little bit rogue.
So our mission for this deep dive is, I think, to move you from being just a deleter, someone who frantically hits trash to survive, to becoming a builder.
A builder. I like that. We are going to build a system that keeps the inbox clean automatically.
I love that. Less active work, more automation. So looking at the sources, where do we start? Because I think the biggest headache is just the sheer volume of noise, the newsletters, the promos.
The "we missed you" emails from a shoe store you visited once in 2019.
Yes, exactly that.
Right. And that is actually where the biggest news is. Just last month, January 2026, Gmail rolled out a feature that power users have been begging for. It's called Managed Subscriptions.
I saw this pop up in the sidebar, but I'll be honest, I haven't clicked it. I just assumed it was another settings menu I'd get lost in.
Well, it sits right there in the left-hand menu, and it isn't just a static list. It uses what Google's calling smart classification.
Okay, smart classification. So it knows the difference between an email from my mom and like a coupon from Old Navy.
Exactly. But the real aha moment here is the dashboard view. Because think about the old way. You open an email, you scroll all the way down.
Squinting to find that tiny unsubscribe link written in like size 2 font.
And it's always gray text on a white background, by the way. It's a classic dark pattern in design.
It absolutely is. And half the time you have to click through to some website and
enter your email again. This new dashboard bypasses all of that. You go to Manage Subscriptions, and it gives you a report card. It says, hey, this sender sent you 10 emails in the last week.
And the button is right there.
A big, clear, unsubscribe button right next to the stat.
That is a game changer. It gamifies the cleanup. You can just go down the list and purge.
You can, but there is a little caveat from the technical guides. When you click that button, Gmail is sending the unsubscribe request for you.
Okay.
So it's automated. But it can take a few days to actually kick in, depending on their system.
That's good to know. So if I click it and get an email tomorrow, the system isn't broken. I don't need to rage click it again.
Correct. It's just processing. But think of the time saved. No more logging into 20 different websites.
It reduces the friction to basically zero. But this brings up that debate I hear all the time, the fear of the unsubscribe button.
Yes. The great myth.
I have friends who swear that if you click unsubscribe, you're just confirming to spammers that your email address is active.
This is one of those pieces of internet wisdom that was kind of true 20 years ago, but is completely wrong today. And it's actually preventing people from having a clean inbox.
So, is it safe or not?
Okay, the short answer is, it depends on who sent it. But that blanket "don't ever click" advice is outdated. We pulled a great breakdown on this.
Okay, so when is it safe?
If the sender is legit Old Navy, New York Times, a newsletter you actually signed up for, clicking unsubscribe is absolutely the right thing to do.
Right.
These companies use legitimate platforms, and they rely on something called list unsubscribe headers.
List unsubscribe headers. Okay, break that down for me. What's happening under the hood?
It's basically a piece of code in the email header, the part you don't see, that talks directly to Gmail. So when you click unsubscribe, Gmail just pings that header, and it handles your removal cleanly. It's a secure handshake. It's safe.
Okay, so if it's a real company, click away. But what if it's sketchy? An unsolicited offer for magic pills or something?
If it's a Nigerian prince offering you gold, do not click unsubscribe. Don't click anything.
Right, because in that case, clicking does validate the email address.
Exactly. If it's a malicious actor, clicking any link confirms there's a human on the other end. That makes your email more valuable to them.
So the rule of thumb is recognize the brand, unsubscribe, looks like fraud, don't touch it.
Precisely. But here's where people get confused. They think, well, I'll just hit report spam on everything I don't want.
I do that. I admit it. It feels satisfying. Like the nuclear option. Gone.
It is the nuclear option.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. The source we read points out that when you report a legit newsletter as spam, you are hurting that sender's reputation with Google.
Reputation? Like a credit score for email.
Exactly like a credit score. You're training Gmail's algorithm to think that sender is malicious. If enough people do that, their emails start going to spam for everyone.
Oh, wow. So I'm basically accusing a business of being a scammer just because I don't want their coupon. That seems unfair.
It is. And here's the kicker. Gmail doesn't necessarily share that feedback with the sender in a way that gets you off their list.
Wait, really? I thought it was an automatic unsubscription.
Not always. Yahoo and Microsoft have feedback loops where they tell the sender. Gmail keeps that data internal for user privacy.
So if I mark a newsletter as spam, I might keep getting it.
You keep getting it, it'll just land in your spam folder, still taking up space. Whereas if you just clicked unsubscribe, you'd be off the list entirely.
That is a really helpful distinction. Okay, stop nuking the shoe stores, people. Let's move on to the cleaning. Because even if I stop the new stuff, I still have, well, thousands of emails.
Storage management. This is where we get into power user territory.
Yeah.
Because Google storage is all shared, right? Your drive, your photos, your email.
And when you hit that limit, everything just stops.
Yep. No new emails.
And I learned something huge from our sources about this. The select all lie.
It's a bit of a trap, isn't it? A UI design that has confused people for a decade.
It really has. So you search for something, you click that little box at the top, and you think you've selected everything. But you haven't, have you?
No. By default, that checkbox only selects the 50 emails on that page.
Which nobody is going to click through 200 times. We just give up.
Right. But there's a hidden link. If you look closely, after you click that checkbox, a little sentence appears at the top. It says, select all conversations that match this search.
I have missed that so many times. It's like banner blindness.
Most people do. But if you click that blue link, then you've actually selected all 10,000 emails, and you can delete them all in one go.
That's the difference between 5 minutes of work and 5 hours. But okay, deleting everything feels scary. I have this hoarding instinct. What if I need that receipt from 2018?
That's totally valid. But if you don't want the nuclear option, you need to use search operators.
The magic words, I love these. Give us the best one for storage.
The single most effective one is size, or larger. You just type size.10 mega.
And that finds everything larger than 10 megabytes.
Yes. And think about what those files are. High-res photos, video files, massive PDFs. Usually, 80% of your storage is taken up by maybe 50 large attachments.
That's a crazy stat. So I don't need to delete thousands of emails. I just need to delete the heavy ones.
Exactly. It's like cleaning a house.
Yeah.
You don't start by picking up individual crumbs. You take out the furniture you don't want.
That is so much more efficient. A scalpel instead of a sledgehammer.
You can also combine them, filename.jpg, or if you combine filename.video with size.20 meter, you're instantly finding every huge video clogging your drive.
I'm going to do that as soon as we finish recording. Now, what about that nuclear filter you mentioned? That sounds aggressive.
This is for those persistent annoyances. You know, maybe the unsubscribe link is broken or the spam filter just isn't catching something. You can create a rule that says, if an email comes from this sender or has certain words, skip the inbox and delete it immediately.
So it never even hits the trash. It doesn't give me a notification.
Skips the inbox, goes to trash, and then poof, you never see it. Go to settings, filters, create new filter, set your terms, and check the deleted box.
That's powerful. It's like having a bouncer at the door of your digital life.
Exactly.
Okay, I want to pivot to something I found completely fascinating. It's about how Gmail handles our actual email addresses, these identity hacks.
Ah, yes. The dot illusion and the plus sign. These are architectural quirks you can use to your advantage.
Let's start with the dots, because I've definitely panicked when I've put a dot in my email address on a form. I thought, great, that's going to someone else.
And you didn't need to panic. According to Gmail's architecture, dots in the username, the part before the @ symbol, they just don't exist. They're ignored.
Wait, explain that.
If your email is john.doe@gmail.com and someone sends an email to johndoe@gmail.com, it still goes to you. You could send it to joh.in.do.e@gmail.com and it would still go to you.
Gmail just ignores them completely.
Completely. But here's the hack.
Wow.
While Gmail ignores the dots for delivery, it sees them for filtering.
Ooh, I see where you're going with this.
Right. So you could update your bank profile to use john.doe with the dot, but use John Doe for everything else. Then you create a filter that says everything sent to john.doe gets a star and goes to a finance folder.
That is clever. It helps you sort incoming mail without needing multiple accounts.
It does. But if you really want to track how your data is being used, the plus sign hack is even more powerful.
This is plus addressing, right?
Yes. You can add a plus sign and any text after your username. So johndoe+shopping@gmail.com or johndoe+netflix@gmail.com.
And it still delivers to the main John Doe account.
It does. But the to field on the email will still show that plus shopping tag. So next time you sign up for a sketchy website for a 10% discount,
Use plus sketchy.
use johndoe+discount@gmail.com. Then, if 2 months later you start getting spam and you see it was sent to johndoe+discount,
You know exactly who sold your data.
you caught them red-handed. And you can create a filter that says anything sent to johndoe+discount automatically gets deleted.
That is brilliant. It's like putting a die pack in your email address. You can trace the leak.
It really empowers you. You go from being a victim of spam to an investigator.
Now, speaking of things going wrong, we have to address the glitches. Because if anyone listening felt like their Gmail was losing its mind in late January, you weren't imagining it.
No, you weren't. We have a report here about a significant Google Workspace outage that happened around January 24th.
And it wasn't just downright, it was acting weird.
There's a filtering failure. The automated systems just broke. So legit emails, contracts, letters from grandma were going straight to spam.
And the other way around.
Obvious spam was flooding the primary inbox. And worst of all, some people were getting message blocked errors for perfectly safe emails.
Which is terrifying if you're waiting for a job offer. You might never even know it was sent.
It is. And it highlights a really important vulnerability. We trust these automated systems, but they can break.
So what's the takeaway? Just hope Google keeps the servers running.
No, you take control. This is why whitelisting is so crucial.
Explain whitelist.
It's the opposite of blacklisting. You create a filter for your most important contacts, your boss, your partner, your bank, and you set a rule that says, never send emails from this address to spam.
So even if Google's AI has a bad day and decides your boss is a spammer, that email still gets through.
Exactly. It overrides the algorithm. It's an essential manual override.
It's like having a VIP rope at the club. No matter how chaotic it gets outside, the VIPs always get in.
That's a perfect analogy. You need to identify your VIPs and give them that pass.
So we've covered a massive amount of ground here. We've got the new managed subscriptions dashboard. Go check your sidebar. We've debunked the don't click unsubscribe myth.
We've armed you with the size operator to clear out those massive files holding your storage hostage.
We learned that dots don't matter, but plus signs can track who's selling your data.
And finally, that algorithms break, so whitelist your VIPs to survive the next outage.
It really feels like we're moving from just checking email to actually managing it.
That's the shift. And I think if we look at the bigger picture, we've treated our inboxes like storage units for the last 20 years. We just shove everything in there. It's digital hoarding.
Guilty. My inbox is a museum of my past online shopping habits.
But with these new AI tools, the smart compose, predictive sorting, I think we're moving toward a future where we curate our inbox like a gallery, not a warehouse.
A gallery, not a warehouse. I like that.
It's about keeping only what's valuable and letting the system handle the rest. The tools are finally good enough.
So here is your challenge for today, listener. Log in right now. Don't put it off. Go to the search bar.
Type size.10 meters or size.20 meters if you're feeling brave.
And just see what comes up. Find 5 of them. Just 5. And delete them.
You'll probably reclaim your first gigabyte of space in about 30 seconds. And you'll realize the world didn't end.
And it feels so good. It's the digital equivalent of taking a deep breath. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
Happy cleaning?
See you next time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share.